Here's a chilling truth. Horror movies often thrive by preying on our deepest fears, but The Black Phone 2 takes it a step further by targeting older victims, and it's not just for shock value. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this shift in victim age a clever narrative choice or a calculated move to appeal to a more desensitized audience? Let's dive in. Scott Derrickson's 2022 horror hit, The Black Phone, wasn't just a box office success. It was a breath of fresh air for both the genre and modern cinema. Based on Joe Hill's 2004 short story, the film stood as a self-contained tale, a rarity in an industry obsessed with sequels. Yet, Hollywood's golden rule, if it sells, it gets a follow-up, held true, and Black Phone 2 was born. But this isn't your typical rehash. Derrickson aimed higher, and a key part of that was aging the victims of Ethan Hawke's chilling villain, the Grabber, significantly beyond their middle school years in the original. In the first film, 13-year-old Finney Blake, Mason Thames, faced the Grabber's terror. The sequel, however, jumps 4 years forward, a deliberate choice by Derrickson and co-writer C. Robert Cargill. In an interview with SFX magazine, November 2025 issue, Derrickson revealed his desire to craft a high school-set sequel, citing the more interesting emotional stakes of this life stage. It demands a different tone, he explained. You need to be more violent, more aggressive, and, perhaps more shocking, to escalate beyond the first film. After all, the teenagers who adored The Black Phone have grown up, and so has the story. And this is the part most people miss. Derrickson's decision wasn't just about maturity. It was about mirroring the audience's evolution. He noted that the same viewers who flocked to Damien Leone's ultra-violent Terrifier films, dubbed mega-slashers by Mike Flanagan, are now his target demographic. There's definitely more intensity and gore, Derrickson admitted. We earned our R rating for it. The first film had none. This shift wasn't arbitrary. Derrickson even delayed production to ensure his actors aged naturally into their roles, meanwhile directing The Gorge for Apple TV. But the influence of Terrifier isn't the only driving force. Derrickson had a personal stake in exploring the characters' growth. I loved reconnecting with these actors, he shared. The leap from middle school to high school is one of life's most dramatic transformations, and I was fascinated by how these characters would evolve after such a traumatic experience. Finney, now 17, grapples with PTSD, self-medicating with marijuana, and struggling to control his anger, a far cry from the wide-eyed kid of the first film. This maturity isn't just emotional, it's woven into the film's DNA, elevating it beyond mere gore. Here's the bold question. Did Derrickson age the victims to deepen the story, or was it a strategic move to compete with the increasingly brutal horror landscape? Stephen King's glowing review of Black Phone 2 suggests the former. But the debate is ripe for discussion. Critics have largely praised the sequel. But what do you think? Is this evolution a masterstroke or a concession to modern horror trends? Let's hear it in the comments. Agree, disagree, or somewhere in between. This conversation is far from over. Black Phone 2 is now haunting theaters. Will you answer its call?